Hello, thank you very much for tuning in. So we've got Bob calling in. It's Matt Dillahunty's first probably call-in show of the new year. 3rd of January this one went out on. The line, Bob's calling in. He's got an interesting photograph. So he says something which possibly proves that the paranormal exists or the supernatural ghosts. Let's have a listen.
And then we'll get to Super Chats. And the call for today is Bob in Colorado. Bob,
hi, how's it going?
Me and Jackson.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that kind of went wrong there. I think that when he says, "Hi, we've got Bob from Colorado," I think the time then is to be quiet and wait for the guy to talk. Um, and then Matt muttered something, and the caller said something, and there was confusion. So I think that, "Hi, it's Bob from Colorado. Hello, Bob. What have you got for us today?" And then that's the cue to talk. So there should be no confusion.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're here.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to call in about a really interesting picture I took at a hotel.
Okay.
So I went on the guided tour with the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, and it was the Shining tour. So the theme was about the Shining in the TV series. So the guide had us go through this one building that was supposedly haunted.
Okay, let's just get some facts together. So he said I think he said the Stanley Hotel. It's a guided tour, which its theme is The Shining. You know, the novel by Stephen King and a famous film by Stanley Kubrick about the Overlook Hotel, which was haunted by, well, you know, you've probably seen the film. And the tour is going to be around this hotel, which is supposed to be haunted. Yeah, so it's a haunted hotel tour, and he's going on this tour. Okay, and he's obviously got his camera with him, and he took a photograph. Let's listen to a bit more.
And I didn't really believe in ghosts. And
Right. So he's paid out money for him, and by the way, his girlfriend, as you'll find out in a moment, to go on this haunted hotel tour. And of course, he doesn't believe in ghosts.
oh, I'm not sure. But I took a photo of a hallway with some people in it, and there was one image that appeared in the photo that I just can't explain. That person or that thing, I couldn't find in real life. So it just got me thinking.
Okay.
I don't know if we have any way to verify anything about that.
Oh, I sent the call screener the photo by email.
Oh, you got it?
To the Gmail.
I have it.
I mean, even still, if someone showed me.
By the way, credits to the caller for sending the photograph. And Matt has actually got the photo, because so many times in the past we've had callers come on, say, "Oh, I've got a fantastic photo of something," and "Oh, can we have it? Can you send it by email?" "Oh, I'll hang up and I'll send it later on, and I'll call next week." We never hear from them again. But well done.
If someone showed me a picture and said, "How do you explain this?" Well, without being there, I don't know even how to begin. I don't know anything about the situation or the.
Oh, okay.
Well, even if you were there, as he was there, the caller was there, he can't explain it. So being there doesn't necessarily mean that you will be able to explain the photograph.
I can
the background of the picture or anything.
Yeah, I could explain on the situation. So I was with my girlfriend, and we were on the guided tour, and we were I went through this hallway myself and got goosebumps. Obviously, ghosts, I guess, do that or something. But
you would only really get goosebumps, I would think. I mean, I've never had goosebumps in any kind of situation, no matter how creepy the house is, because I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in the supernatural. And I don't believe I would have goosebumps if I'd gone on that tour. Maybe if somebody had jumped out on me and scared me, then possibly. But that would have been a real person, not a ghost.
I looked back and I took a picture with my phone, and the exposure rate was long, but it captured a lot of light, and there was like a street light in the background. That's what you see in the middle of the picture. And
well, that's what he's claiming. That's what he's claiming. I wonder why he didn't take a photograph with his flash enabled. It doesn't look like his flash is enabled. Otherwise, I would expect the foreground to have more light in it. Somebody in chat actually said that light in the middle of the picture is probably not a street light, and I don't think it is, because I don't think that his camera would pick up that intensity of brightness. Somebody actually said it looks like there is somebody there with a phone camera with the flash enabled, and they've simply clicked at the same time, and he's picked that up. I think that's quite plausible.
There was this like druid looking, like I want to say goblin or something, just a really pale face and a dark cloak and dressed in black. And
You've called it.
No one on that tour had black. There's just 8 of us.
Bob, you said it's druid looking and goblin looking, and we're looking.
And this is a man who says he doesn't believe in ghosts.
Looking at the picture now, I don't see a druid or a goblin. I don't see necessarily a hood.
Oh, if you zoom into like towards the light, the middle part of the picture.
I see the middle part of the picture. I don't know how you're reaching the conclusions you're reaching.
Yeah, because the light is sort of obscuring the top of this person's head, and all you can see at the side of the face, where you would expect to see hair, particularly if it was shoulder length hair perhaps, or neck length hair. I don't see how you could determine that the person is wearing a hood.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's an anomaly or something, or the exposure rate, and it just caused one of the people on the tour to look totally different, I can accept that. But I'm looking at that picture myself, and I can't really explain that.
Good.
To quote Trey the Explainer, it was a barn owl. No.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks different than anyone else on the.
Yeah, I noticed that they've zoomed in now, so you can't really see it. But whoever this person is, I can see the hand, and they seem to be holding some kind of a lantern, which I would kind of expect if they were giving a tour of a sort of dark haunted house. Oh, not haunted, but claimed to be haunted. And they kept it dark for the purpose of atmosphere, obviously, to get the goosebumps going. But nevertheless, you would need some light. And is this person holding a lantern to sort of help with illumination? It looks like it could possibly be. It may well just be somebody who is actually part of the tour staff, somebody this person hasn't noticed before.
The tour.
Okay, so you can't explain it. What do we do at that point?
Yeah. That's why I'm hoping to like analyze the photo and see if anyone can like analyze and see if it has any merit, if it has any kind of like problem with the camera. That'd be really super cool.
Well, what kind of problem would there be with the camera? I don't really understand. It's taken in a sort of unusual condition, and if somebody is using a mobile at the other end of the corridor, and he's captured that, really, it's sort of consistent with that.
Okay.
And no one was carrying around a illuminating device. I mean,
well, okay. I mean, that's what he's saying. He's saying that. How can we verify that? We've only got his word for it, as indeed we've only got his word for all the circumstances he's relating.
They had cell phones, but it looks like this cell phone was maybe a few inches below the person's arm or hand.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a lighting device, which I would expect somebody to be carrying around in dark corridors to help the other tour participants.
I don't know what to tell you. You've sent me a weird low-res picture that you can't explain and I can't explain. what would somebody supposedly do to explain?
I've offered some explanations, and I think they're probably quite plausible. I'm not asserting that these explanations are true. I'm just offering them as possibilities.
This?
So I took it with an iPhone 13 Pro, and the exposure rate probably made it all grainy. Yeah, I mean, the person just has a very pale face. I don't know if you see that character with the pale face, but no one matches that description on the tour.
Again, we've only got his word for that, and he may not be aware of all the people that are on the tour.
So what?
So I mean, we have no way of came from, like where that.
And when did he look at the image? Did he look at the image there and then, say, "Oh, right. Do you have a pale face? Do you no? Seems to me like we've got a goblin here in the picture." Or did he do it at home and then retrospectively look back?
That thing came from.
Well,
I
don't
know.
We have no way of verifying anything about it. You know,
why would you expect that either of us would have an answer? Am I a photographer?
No, I was just wondering if you could put me in the direction of a.
Am I a photographer? Do I own an iPhone 13? Do I have access to the original photograph? Do I have any skills or capabilities where I could actually investigate this right now in the middle of a show? Do you? And if not, why the fuck are we wasting time on it?
Well, I've encountered this so many times that fierce Christians or people who believe in the supernatural will present you with something and expect you to go out and do the work for them. And I really don't know what this guy is expecting. Maybe he was expecting Matt to say, "Oh, well, actually, you know something? I think you really have something there. I'll take your photo. And I happen to know somebody who studies photography in the paranormal, and we'll see if we can get it evaluated for you." Why doesn't he do all this himself? Why doesn't he actually go to some, I don't know, photographics experts and pay for it to be properly analyzed, to have a report done on the photograph to explain, obviously the lighting, and is this a flash from another camera? Could it be street lighting, etc.? Is there anything unusual about this photograph? Pay for a report to be done by an expert. Why do the lazy and cheap thing and come onto the line expecting Matt Dillahunty, of all people, to go out and do the work for him? It's yet another example of very lazy and lack of critical awareness and critical thinking, and really ability to analyze. Because to me, okay, I'm not an expert, but I know a bit about photography, and somebody in chat did say that looks like a flash from another camera. That's plausible. He just happened to snap it at a particular time that the person at the opposite end of the corridor was doing exactly the same thing. He wasn't using his flash, but the other person was. There's somebody on the tour that he doesn't recognize carrying a lantern around so that people are not tripping over each other. I think it's kind of plausible that this person who we see in the black coat is actually one of the tour guides. There may be two or three of them, or maybe two of them, and he only maybe he only thought there was one, and it turned out there were two. I think there are other plausible explanations other than that it really is a goblin and that he's actually taken a photograph of something which is supernatural. But what's preposterous is he's come onto the line and he expects Matt Dillahunty to go out and do his work for him. Okay, well, that's all. I'm not going to waste any more time on this, but thank you very much for watching. Comments below. I'd be interested. What do you think of that photo? Bye for now.